Carlos Alcaraz is a freight train with a racket, and facing him feels like standing in the middle of the tracks with no way out. His latest victim, Andrea Vavasori, barely made it out of Rotterdam in one piece. The Spanish powerhouse isn't just improving. He's bulldozing his way toward the throne of world tennis, and 2025 might just be the year he completely takes over the sport. After obliterating the Italian, Alcaraz is now just one step away from lifting yet another trophy, proving once again why he's one of the most terrifying opponents on the circuit. Italian players who have had the misfortune of facing Alcaraz have spoken about the pure agony of trying to keep up with him. Vavasori, still processing his loss, didn't hold back when asked about the experience. He straight up admitted that playing against Alcaraz feels like being hit by a train at full speed, with the match slipping away before he even had a chance to react. He confessed he's not used to playing singles often, and it showed. Maybe he could have taken a couple more games, but against this freak of nature? Not king chance. The Spaniard was on a different level, hitting shots that should be illegal under international law. Vavasori had faced him before in Buenos Aires on clay, and even then, it was brutal. At least on clay, there was a fraction of a second more to react. But on the lightning-fast indoor court in Rotterdam? Absolutely no hope. Alcaraz had to suffer and grind to survive Rotterdam. His semi-final battle at the ATP 500 was anything but a walk in the park. After two relatively stress-free matches, he found himself locked in a war against Hubert Hurkacz, needing 3 brutal sets to escape. Unlike his earlier rounds where he barely broke a sweat, this one was a complete nightmare. The Polish player came in hot, locked in, and ready to cause absolute chaos, and for a while, it looked like he just might pull it off. Alcaraz struggled early, unable to find his rhythm and getting slapped around on the scoreboard. He had his chances to close it out in the second set, but after bottling the tiebreak, things got ugly. The third set, though, was Alcaraz in beast mode. Despite dealing with lingering physical issues, the guy just refused to lose. It wasn't pretty, but he scrapped and clawed his way through, showing once again why he's one of the toughest competitors on the planet. Now, he stands just one match away from capturing his first indoor hardcourt title. The only man left in his way? Australia's Alex de Minaur. The start of the match against Hurkacz was a total train wreck for Alcaraz. The Polish player came out swinging, and Alcaraz looked completely lost. After crushing Andrei Rublev in the previous round, Hurkacz was playing with pure confidence, and for a moment, it seemed like he was about to steamroll the Spaniard too. The first 8 points? All Hurkacz. Alcaraz couldn't keep up, moving sluggishly and missing shots he usually buries. But then, something snapped inside him. Down 1-4 and staring at triple breakpoint, Alcaraz woke the hell up. He saved the breakpoint, flipped the switch, and turned into an absolute menace. What followed was a step-by-step comeback masterclass, with Alcaraz slowly suffocating Hurkacz out of the match. The gap on the scoreboard? Gone in a flash. The Polish player didn't win another game in that set, which ended 6-4 in favor of the Spanish phenom. Now, with the Rotterdam trophy within reach, all eyes are on Alcaraz to see if he can complete the job and add another piece of silverware to his growing collection. Carlos Alcaraz is back at it again, proving that when it comes to tiebreaks, some guys are just built different. The second set had a completely different rhythm compared to the first, with both players holding their serves like their lives depended on it. The only moment of real tension came in the opening game when Hurkacz was serving. Alcaraz had 3 golden chances to break him but somehow managed to fumble them all. That led to a tiebreak, and let's be honest, you don't want to be in a tiebreak against Hurkacz. Ranked number 20 in the world, the Polish player is a goddamn tiebreak specialist, and once again, he did what he does best: drag the match into a third set. But the final set? That was a whole different story. This time, Alcaraz decided he wasn't going to play nice. If he got his ass handed to him in the first 8 points of the opening set, now he flipped the script, jumping out to a 2-0 lead and breaking Hurkacz at love. No hesitation. No wasted opportunities. And unlike his usual habit of zoning out and giving his opponents a free pass back into the match, this time, he kept his damn head in the game. The Polish player had zero comeback magic left, and Alcaraz made sure to finish the job in style. Even the cold that had been messing with his breathing all week seemed to be a thing of the past, as he closed the match looking as sharp as ever. After more than 2 hours of battle, the final score read 6-4, 6-7, 6-3. And now, the only thing standing between Alcaraz and another trophy is Alex de Minaur. Carlos Alcaraz is once again proving that when it comes to raw talent, firepower, and an absolute refusal to lose, he's one of the best in the game. But for some reason, the tennis world just won't shut up about whether he's truly capable of dethroning Jannik Sinner. The Italian is currently the hottest name on the tour, and while Alcaraz keeps stacking up wins, the critics are out in full force, arguing that he still has a long way to go before he can truly stand on the same level. With the ATP 500 of Rotterdam in full swing, Alcaraz is taking massive strides toward proving that he's the real F***king deal. He came into the tournament as the top favorite, especially after Sinner decided to skip it entirely, fresh off reclaiming the Australian Open title. Instead of coming to Rotterdam, the Italian took a well-deserved break and will return to the tour in Doha. That leaves a wide-open opportunity for Alcaraz to add another trophy to his collection. But Sinner's shadow still looms large over him. The Spaniard is clearly regaining his top form, as shown by his run to the semifinals in Rotterdam. He's been smacking balls like a man possessed, including a spectacular win over fellow Spaniard Pedro Martinez. But even with all this success, the narrative doesn't change. His early exit from the Australian Open keeps haunting him, and the comparisons with Sinner just won't stop. Despite playing an amazing tournament, Alcaraz is still being questioned. He now faces Hubert Hurkacz in the semifinals, and even if he wins, it's apparently still not enough for the skeptics. This is wild, considering that Alcaraz is the only damn player who has consistently challenged Sinner, as he proved last season by beating him in the China Open final and in the Roland Garros semifinals. Yet, somehow, he's still under fire. One of the latest voices to throw shade at Alcaraz is former Italian player and current director of the Rome Masters 1000, Paolo Lorenzi. The guy isn't holding back, saying that while Alcaraz is obviously talented, he lacks a true identity on court. According to Lorenzi, this lack of clarity in his game is what stops him from competing at the absolute highest level. Some days, he hits ridiculous, mind-blowing shots, while on others, he struggles to find any consistency. The Italian claims that Alcaraz needs to define his own unique style instead of bouncing between different approaches. When he's at his best, he can take down anyone, even Sinner, but right now, he lacks the continuity to stay at the top. But while critics keep talking **T, Alcaraz keeps delivering on the court. Regardless of Lorenzi's comments, the Spaniard is lighting up Rotterdam, playing some of the most electrifying tennis on the ATP Tour. As he fights for his first title of 2025, he's doing it with the kind of highlight reel points that make the crowd lose their minds. Love him or hate him, the fact is undeniable. This guy is here to stay, and he's not done silencing the doubters just yet. Carlos Alcaraz is a goddamn force of nature, and his mix of raw power, blistering speed, and an almost disrespectful level of creativity on the court has turned him into an absolute fan favorite. His performances in this tournament haven't just reaffirmed his status as one of the biggest names in the sport, they've also shut down any lingering doubts about whether he belongs at the very top. Right now, he's just 2 wins away from hoisting the Rotterdam Trophy, a milestone that wouldn't just add another shiny piece of hardware to his growing collection, but would also cut a hefty 500 points from Jannik Sinner's lead in the rankings. But this isn't just about numbers. This potential win in Rotterdam would be a massive confidence boost, setting him up perfectly for the stacked schedule ahead, including the much-anticipated battles in Doha and the upcoming showdown with Casper Ruud and company. The fact that he's made it this far while battling a persistent cold that's been messing with his breathing? That just makes his run even more ridiculous. Even when he's not at his peak physically, the guy is fighting tooth and nail, grinding out tough matches, and proving he can still play at an elite level. His gritty win over Hubert Hurkacz in the semifinals was yet another example of his ability to thrive in chaos, a skill that's going to be absolutely essential as he continues to go toe-to-toe with the best in the world. With the final in sight, Alcaraz knows that every match is a chance to sharpen his weapons, evolve his game, and prove once and for all that he's the true heir to the throne of men's tennis. His rivalry with Sinner? It's shaping up to be one of the most explosive, edge-of-your-seat battles the sport has seen in years. And with every tournament, the fight for tennis supremacy gets more intense. Rotterdam could very well be the first major turning point in his quest to take down the Italian, and if he wins here, it'll send a loud and clear message to the rest of the ATP Tour. He's coming for that #1 spot. Now, standing between Alcaraz and the title is Alex de Minaur, a guy known for his insane speed, relentless defense, and ability to make life hell for his opponents. But let's be real, Alcaraz isn't planning on getting caught up in long-ass baseline rallies. He's going to step on court looking to blow de Minaur off the damn map, impose his aggressive, all-out attacking style, and walk away with the trophy. If he pulls it off, it won't just be another huge milestone in his career. It'll be a statement, a warning shot to the entire ATP Tour that he's not just here to compete. He's here to take over. If you're loving this content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and drop a like. Because here at Tennis Zone, we're all about bringing you the best, most in-depth tennis coverage for the best fans in the game. We've got exclusive interviews, deep dive analysis, and full coverage of everything happening in the world of tennis. Join our community and be part of the action as we break down the biggest tournaments, dissect player strategies, and keep you updated on every major storyline shaping the sport.